चलो वो आई विल डू कीर्तन बोल कीर्तन तो क्या कर रहे हो आप हैवी
हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा हरे कृष्णा Namaste Saraswate Devi Gauramani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Ashatya Deshatarine. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaur Bhaktavrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare.
Hare Krishna, Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Ram Jai Prabhupada Prabhupada Jai Prabhupada Jai Srila Prabhupada Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai Srila Prabhupada ki Jai Samved Gaur Bhaktavan ki Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamsya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamsya Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paushatya Deshatarine Namo Mahavadanyaya Krishna Prema Pradayate Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namane Gauratvishe Namaha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya eva cha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namo Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityanand Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shrivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare. Okay, can we revise a few points from morning? Okay.
Like Guru accept worship on behalf of Lord Krishna and Guru Parampara.
Okay. Yes. Teacher.
By serving the mission, we are serving the spiritual master also.
Okay, serving the mission and serving the guru, which related. Yes. Yes, bro.
We have to broaden our understanding of Guru. Only not Diksha Guru is it.
Okay, fine. Yes, bro.
Serving the instructions to spiritual master and spiritual masters personally is not are non-different.
Okay, that's right.
So if we are serving spiritual master, so we are with spiritual master.
Okay, good. Yes, bro.
There should be a balanced approach in serving the mission and serving the Guru.
Okay, balanced approach, right? Okay, Shiksha, important aspect,
We saw why we should worship Srila Prabhupada. Some points were unity throughout ISKCON, for our recommitment daily, and to express gratitude, staunch faith and devotion to Srila Prabhupada, strengthen our relationship with Srila Prabhupada, and remind ourselves of a position of Srila Prabhupada.
Okay, good. Awesome.
We should serve spiritual master to please, not that we for business deal. You told morning, for business deal, because he is taking our karma. That's why I have to please. I have to serve him. I have to just to please, because he is a confidential servitor of Lord.
Okay, good. Few more points. Okay. What's that?
If there is no surrender, then there is.
Okay, if there's no surrender, there's no advancement, right?
Why we have to attend Vyas Puja ceremony?
Why attend?
We have to fulfill the desire of Srila Prabhupada for his contribution made quality. We have to understand his qualities and mood of serving him. We have to give our gratitude towards him.
Okay, to express our gratitude and yes, respect the Guru for his contributions. Okay, fine. So now we go to next lesson. Do Vapu and Vani Seva. Okay, so we all know the meaning of Vapu and Vani. What are different ways of Vapu Seva? Different ways of Vapu Seva. Okay, personal services. What else? Okay, that's worship. What else? Okay. Was that? Okay, okay, if the authorities have told to do some service, Cooking,
Massaging his body.
Okay, so that's Vapu Seva and Vani Seva. Ways of Vani Seva. Following instructions. Hearing. What else?
Reading books.
Okay, reading books. Okay, and repeating those instructions for others. Okay, so that's Guru Vapu and Vani Seva. Okay, fine. So, so you can take a few minutes to discuss with your neighbors some experience you had of Guru Vapu Seva. Any experience you had of Guru Vapu Seva? You can take a few minutes and just discuss. Any gurus, Shiksha gurus, Diksha gurus, any opportunity for service you had, discuss a specific incidents. Hari Kripa Prabhu? Okay, Hare Krishna. Would somebody like to share with the class your experiences? ठीक है. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. ठीक है. बोलो.
During GVC meeting here, I want an opportunity. I had an opportunity to serve my spiritual master, washing clothes and all.
Okay. So what was your experience and feelings?
While doing that service, actually, we are not. Means I used to feel that means other thoughts is not coming. Only pure thoughts are coming. That I'm able to serve my spiritual master.
So how did that make you feel?
Means among all, there are so many personalities, but I got this opportunity, so I am a little fortunate. Like
Okay, you felt fortunate. Okay, fine. Who's next? Next. ठीक है.
Like during GBC meeting, like when Maharaj was Kavichandra Swami Maharaj was coming there, so like his feet grass was stuck a lot. So Devkinandan Guruji told me and one devotee to wash his feet. So we got to wash Maharaj's feet.
So what was your experience feeling?
Like like we feel very grateful, like we got this service to wash the feet of Maharaj.
Okay, good.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. During GBC time, we are in the Prasadam serving. So we
You
are.
should have more GBC meetings here, it
Yeah.
looks like.
So I'm standing near the Momo spot. So His Holiness Badrinath Swami Maharaj Ji coming there, and he said, "What is this?" I'm saying momos. And I open it. I opened, but there is nothing because it is not prepared. Then he says, "Oh, momos means air."
Who else was there? Who else wants to share? Give to Shams.
In GC College, Guru, I got sent to serve His Grace Devkinandan Guruji. So that time I was in GB. So there, Jadu Thakur, who he said, Guruji is from Kanpur, you know. I said yes. If there would be any feedback, then I will tell him he is from there. So whole day my mind was fixed on that only, because he had scheduled diet, everything on time, and whatever he wants, then things should be ready before he comes. So there was no time to think anything else. So I was completely engaged. And after when he left, that time I felt that such seva should be
More frequent. Good. Okay, so what general principles can we draw in regards to the importance of Vapu Seva? What principle can we draw? Vapu Seva is more absorbing. Okay. Okay, give it to Shiva.
Long impression in our mind.
Okay, it creates a long impression. Okay, fine. Hare Kripa.
One online devotee, I got opportunity to make garland for deities for Maharaj. It was very pleasing feeling of certain Prabhuji. I had opportunity to bring Maharaj from Lucknow airport. It was like bringing Lord himself. It was great.
Good. Okay, general principle. Okay, Samir.
when it comes to Sufosar Dhana Seva Vasudeva Katha, Shan Math Seva.
Principle bolo.
By serving the great soul, we get the taste of in hearing.
Okay, that's the result. That's the result. Okay. General principle. Okay. Makes the relationship more intimate.
Vapu Seva, we are more determined to follow Vani Seva.
Okay. Okay, fine. So Vapu Seva is okay, Madhav.
It's very rare to get actually.
Very rare. Okay, so by Vapu Seva, one pleases the Lord. Vapu Seva is an important aspect of devotional service because that is pleasing to the Lord, because the devotees are pleasing to the Lord. So we know this famous verse, Sadhu Sang, Sarva Shastra Ko, Lava Matra Sadhu Sang, Sarva Siddhi Ho. The verdict of all revealed scriptures is that by even a moment's association with pure devotee, one can attain all success. Okay. So now, there is, okay, just reminds me of a nice pastime. Giraj Maharaj told this pastime during Srila Prabhupada's final days, when Giraj Maharaj was serving Srila Prabhupada. So he was not the personal servant, but different devotees would take turns to be with Srila Prabhupada 24 hours during night time. So Giriraj Maharaj was there, the personal servant was there, but the personal servant went for something. And personal servant told Giriraj Maharaj to just take it. So at that time, Srila Prabhupada was very sick, and so he could not even go to the bathroom. So he was, so Srila Prabhupada indicated that he wanted to pass. And then Giriraj Maharaj, he brought a container for Srila Prabhupada to pass urine, and he placed that between his feet, and he performed this menial service for Srila Prabhupada. And so Giriraj Maharaj's realization after doing that small menial service for Srila Prabhupada is, so he says that by performing this small menial service for Srila Prabhupada, I felt that I made much more advancements than so many years of performance of devotional service. That was his realization. And so therefore, that is so that's the results, because one develops a great faith and receives blessings which help. We all know the famous pastime of Ishwarapuri serving Madhvendra Puri during his final days, very menially. And as a result of that, Madhvendra Puri was so pleased that he blessed him to get Krishna Prem. And of course, the Supreme Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself became his disciple. So that's how, by performing this Vapu Seva, whenever there's an opportunity for the great souls, one Mahat Sevam Dwaram Ahur Vimuktes Tamo Dwaram Yoshitam Sangi Sangam. So by Mahat Seva, the doors to liberation are opened. So that's the results of performing this service. So whenever one gets an opportunity, definitely one should take advantage. And we find that many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, they had this wonderful opportunity to serve this for Prabhupada. And we find as a result of that, definitely they progress in devotional service within a very short time. So that's an important aspect. There's a quote here on page number 51, first quote on the page, you can read.
The words Guru Shushrusheya mean that one should personally serve the spiritual master by giving him bodily comforts, helping him in bathing, dressing, sleeping, eating, and so on. This is called Guru Shushrushanam. A disciple should serve the spiritual master as menial servant, and whatever he has in his possession should be dedicated to the spiritual master.
Okay, fine. Okay. Now another important aspect is some etiquettes in dealing. Do we have some enthusiastic devotees to perform some skits? If there are any, you can kindly raise hands. Okay, good. So 1, 2, and 3. 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So yeah, I understand. Three skits. Okay, one skit, second skit, third skit, and so you get your team of devotees. Okay, so some other devotees should join with these three. You got your team? At least 3, 4 devotees. Oh yeah. Ready? Okay, fine. So just relax. So what you're supposed to do is this. So perform a skit demonstrating a disciple's inappropriate behavior in the presence of. We are omitting the first case, one's guru who's of a different gender, because here there are no congregation devotees. So we are not doing that. But we're doing the remaining 3. The guru and the guru's god brothers or god sisters, both one's diksha and shiksha gurus, and one's guru family members if the guru is in the grihastha ashram. Okay, so the guru and the guru's god brothers or god sisters, both shiksha and diksha gurus, and one's guru's family members if the guru is in the grihastha ashram. Clear what you're supposed to do? Inappropriate behavior. So somebody is the disciple, and then there is the guru, the guru's god brothers, they come, then what should be the ways of dealing? All right? Clear? Clear? No, only inappropriate behavior. The appropriate is understood. Okay? Clear? Okay, fine. So you can go and prepare for 5 minutes. Okay, so it's about 8:05 there. So about 8 and 5 minutes. And the remaining can relax if you want. It's a 5-minute break.
So Hare Krishna devotees. So we are we are showing two scenes of this kid. First scene is that the guru and his god brother is coming, like is on airport, and disciple is going to receive them. So how he is receiving? Can see.
Humble Guru Maharaj, Hare Krishna. Guru Maharaj ki jai ho. Jai ho. You are the same the whole Maharaj. Let me do your parikrama. Please allow me. You are Jagat Guru, Guru Maharaj. You have saved so many disciples. You have 10,000 disciples all over the world, and you are preaching so vigorously throughout the world. We are all inspired by your example. We all can see how you are so vigorously preaching all over the world. Guru Maharaj, you are so great. What can I say about you? You are so wonderful.
Hare Krishna. So we are showing you the second scene. So in this scene, the guru and his god brother is sitting together and discussing about preaching. So disciple comes in between. So how he deals with the situation, we can see.
Hare Krishna, Guru Maharaj, humble obeisances. Guru Maharaj ki jai ho. Guru Maharaj, I was thinking that you are discussing meetings for so long. Can I bring some prasadam for you?
You can bring. You can ask him also.
Prabhuji, you also will take prasadam? Guru Maharaj, please accept wonderful prasadam. I have bought for you. This is prasadam for you also. Guru Maharaj, please accept the prasadam, all the prasadam. You also can honor. Guru Maharaj, will you take some more puris? Some sweets you can take. Some sabji. Do you want to take something? You can take some liquid, some rice.
Hare Krishna devotees. So we have both Diksha Guru and Shiksha Guru of a disciple. Both are standing together in front of him. So let's see how he behaves in front of when both of them are together. So I am Shiksha Guru and he is Diksha Guru. And he is disciple.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, humble obeisance.
Krishna Prabhuji, humble obeisance.
Hare Krishna.
Yeah, Prabhuji, by your mercy only we are advancing in our spiritual life. We regularly hear your lectures only. We don't hear any other lectures actually. We every day, evening, morning, we hear your lectures very much, and like we are advancing because of you. Thank you, Prabhuji, very much. Thank you. Hare Krishna Maharaj.
By your mercy, I think you only can take me back home, back to God. You are so merciful that by your mercy I am able to preach so many people. By your mercy I am able to preach so many people, and thousands of people are following you. And you can take home back to God, me and both of them also, everyone also. but I am taking more inspiration from you.
Hare Krishna. In this skit, we will see the how a disciple is welcoming inappropriately his spiritual master. So we'll see the two extremes. So first extreme is where he is completely because spiritual master is in Grahast ashram. So he also has his son and his wife along with him. So we'll see the two extremes in this skit. Hare Hare Krishna. He is disciple. He is the disciple, and our Natwarkanai Prabhu is playing the role of Guru. Dharamveer Prabhu is playing the role of Guru's wife, and Divesh Prabhu is Guru's son. Guru Maharaj, Guru Mata, Pranam.
My Guru is here. I should worship him. I should do something else also. I have to Charan. Maharaj, please. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya. Guru Mata, I have to also do. Hey, Putar, please take it. Now I am totally satisfied and purified. Now, Guru Maharaj. Jai, Guru Maharaj, please sit. Hey, Tingu, here, come here. Why are you sitting here? Mata, Guru Mata, please. Sit here. Yes. And how are you? You are my Guru's son, and you are the lineage. By serving you also, I am getting purified. So please give me mercy. Guru Maharaj, please give me blessings.
Krishnas, what is this? This is I was not expecting from you. I have not taught you this kind of etiquettes. You should become very serious in your service. What is this? This is not proper behavior.
What happened, Guru Maharaj? I'm thinking I'm serving you and he's your son.
Have you not attended Hari Bhakti Vilas classes?
Maharaj, I'm totally dependent on your hearing. Only hearing for you. So how can I hear from other sources than you?
You should learn how to behave in front of Guru.
I'm learning, Maharaj.
Okay. Okay. This time I am forgiving you, but next time take care. Okay.
Hare Krishna. Usually devotees are expert in doing the wrong behavior. Mhm. Okay. So what did you observe in the skits? What did you observe in the first skit? Dealings with Guru and Guru's God brothers. What did you observe? Huh?
We observed that his own spiritual master, he's very much respectful, and he's offering so many garlands and all. He's but to his god brothers, he's very neglectful. He's not giving him sufficient respect even.
Right. Okay, good. Second skit, what did you observe? Both the Diksha and the Shiksha Guru. Okay, Avina?
Shiksha Guru and Diksha Guru were simultaneously present, but Shiksha Guru was being over glorified in front of Diksha Guru.
Yes, that's right. Okay, and third skit, what did you observe? No, you were part of it. Okay.
Very inappropriately dealing with Guru's family members.
Yes, inappropriate with the family members. Okay, fine. So we'll read on page number 50. There are some rules of etiquette for a disciple from the Hari Bhakti Vilas by Sanatana Goswami. So, where's the mic? Okay, read one point and pass the mic.
Rules of etiquette for a disciple from Hari Bhakti Vilas. He should fall down like an uprooted tree, Dandavat, on seeing the spiritual master.
Yes, appropriate offering of obeisances when one sees spiritual master is an important etiquette. He'll in some of his lectures, he says, just to show etiquette, not that Srila Prabhupada is sort of proud or something, but he says, my disciples, every time they see me, even if they see me 100 times a day, every time they offer obeisances. So that's the etiquette and to honor the spiritual master. So, as you may have heard sometimes that in recent days, sometimes devotees are not so careful about these etiquettes. And even on seeing the spiritual master, they may not offer obeisances, and they may just say Dandavats Maharaj or something like that, without actually offering Dandavats, but just saying it. So so what's the importance? Why this etiquette needs to be followed? What's the importance of this etiquette? Is it simply just a formality, or there is some deeper significance? Yes, Prabhu.
Prabhuji, when we do Danvat to Maharaj, our sins from our body are carried away.
Pass the mic behind.
By offering obeisances.
Okay, I'm not talking about just offering obeisances. I'm asking in general, what is the importance of following etiquettes? Okay, you tell your point, whatever you're going to say.
It shows a humble position of disciple in front of Guru.
Okay. Humble position of the disciple. Okay, Abhinav.
It is a very important way to make spiritual advancement by following the Vaishnava etiquettes, by respecting the Guru and other Gurus. We make tremendous advancement, and Krishna is very much pleased.
Oh, Krishna is pleased. Okay.
By showing the etiquettes is also show the not seriousness. It show the reputation of that not it community.
Okay, so okay, yeah.
If he's in a discipline, then he's a good candidate to become to learn better.
If say that again.
If he's in a discipline or in following a
Discipline.
then
If he
he's
follows discipline.
then he's a good candidate to learn faster.
So can learn. Okay, right.
If we do not give proper respect to Guru, then our behavior may become casual and we may commit offenses.
Okay, there's possibility of committing offenses.
It arises in our heart of feeling of respect and veneration for Guru.
Okay, feeling of respect.
So Prabhupada used to say that my thoughts are perfect gentleman. So if you want to be gentleman, then you show the respect.
Okay, fine. Perfect gentleman, huh?
We follow etiquettes because like the etiquettes are meant for always remembering Krishna and never forgetting Krishna.
Okay, good point. Yes, it's the ultimate goal of all rules and regulations.
By following etiquette, if we have not sincere and seriousness in our dealings, we get gradually.
Okay, we can become more sincere and serious.
Some points of online devotees. We can avoid offenses, which is stumbling block in spiritual advancement. This etiquette reminds our position always lower, not egoistic and superior. The vessel to receive mercy is humility. Etiquettes are very important to receive the knowledge and devotion. By following, we can receive things more deeply.
Yes, good points.
Very helpful in advancing in
Yes, that's
spiritual
right.
life.
So all these are important points as to why etiquette needs to be followed. Sadachar. So there is sadachar, the achar or the behavior which is in accordance to the scriptures. So that behavior is a very important aspect of one's culture, of one's dealings, and it's a part of devotional service. As Krishna himself says in the 17th chapter of the Gita, he speaks about austerity of the body. And there he says, Deva Dvija Guru Pragya Pujanam. So offering respects to Deva, that means the demigods and the Supreme Lord. The Dvija, that means the Brahmanas, Guru, the spiritual masters, Pragya means relatives, parents, respectable personalities. So offering such personalities respect, obeisances, it's an austerity, Krishna is saying. Why it's an austerity? Why is it an austerity?
Because we have to come out of our comfort zone and take some pain to follow this.
Yes, that's right. The natural condition state is, I don't like to give respect. I only like to. But Mahaprabhu is saying, Amanina Manadena. Don't expect respect for oneself, give respect. That's an austerity. So one is more conditioned to receiving respect because after all, who is greater than me? So that's the conditioned states. But it's an austerity to reverse that conditioning and give respect to others. And so therefore, Krishna says it's an austerity of the body. But then when one performs the austerity, then Krishna is pleased. And then of course, we have the Shastric examples, two famous Shastric examples. One is of Indra and Brihaspati. So we are all aware how Brihaspati, he walked into Indra's courts and Indra was enjoying sense gratification, watching some dancing apsaras. So he is happy in his own worlds. And he thought, anyway, Brihaspati keeps walking in and out. What big difference? And so he failed to offer any respect, no respect at all. Practically, he did not even notice. And so Brihaspati thought, this person needs to learn a good lesson. And so, of course, Brihaspati didn't say anything. He just walked out. In displeasure, he walked out. But by just doing that, what was the results? Indra immediately lost all his powers on the spot. Of course, Indra is also very sharp. And he immediately realized his mistake. And he immediately repents. Indra is cursing himself. What's the use of all this opulence which makes one proud and all that he's saying? But then he goes to search Brihaspati, he never finds him, and then the demons attack and everything is finished. But then in the conditioned state, it's hard to learn. And then again, he does the same mistake with Durvas Muni. So Durvas Muni gives him Maha garland, and he thinks, I get so many of these garlands, he gives to the elephant to crushes under his feet. And the same thing happens. Again, Indra lost all his powers. So we find all these examples are given to emphasize this point, that how, when etiquettes are not followed, there can be serious consequences when etiquettes are not followed. And again, in the Chaitanya Charitamrita, there are so many examples. So therefore, the etiquettes are there so that there is appropriate behavior, appropriate dealings. And then that appropriate behavior will attract blessings and mercy. And by that blessings and mercy, one actually receives transcendental knowledge. Because knowledge is received by grace. So therefore, following the appropriate etiquette is something which is very, very important in one's practices of devotional service. Therefore, it's very important that one, first of all, understand what is the etiquettes in different circumstances, different situations, what are the right ways of dealing, wrong ways of dealing. All that should be understood, and one should be aware and then follow. Also, you may have heard of, again, the well-known etiquettes which Srila Prabhupada's servant would follow while serving prasadam. So Srila Prabhupada's, his standard was hot chapatis off the flame. Not puff up, Prabhupada would not accept. Because that was good for his digestion, that's why. Not for any other reason. So the servant would go to the kitchen, one hot chapati on the plate. He would enter Prabhupada's room, offer obeisances, place the chapati on the plate, offer obeisances, leave the room, go to the kitchen, next chapati, enter the room, offer obeisances, put the chapati on the plate, offer obeisances, leave the room, next chapati. This was the etiquettes. Prabhupada never objected to it. Why? That shows the submission. That shows the appropriate respects. There was one instance of one of Srila Prabhupada's secretary, Nitai Das. So he was, so usually when Srila Prabhupada would take massage in the afternoon, so Srila Prabhupada was always totally engaged. So even during massage, the routine would be that the secretary would come with so many mail letters and and he would read the mail, and Srila Prabhupada would dictate the answers, I mean the replies to the mail, and the secretary would take notes, which he would print later on and then get the signature of Srila Prabhupada. That was the custom. And so, so the massage was going on, and Nitai Prabhu, the secretary, comes and he offers obeisances. He reads one letter, he gets the reply, and somehow he doesn't read all at the same time. So he goes and then gets another mail, and then he again offers obeisances, and then he reads. So this happened 2-3 times. But Srila Prabhupada was noticing much beyond the external act of offering obeisances, and he was seeing the attitude of the person. And so Srila Prabhupada remarked, what is this hatchet obeisances? You know what's a hatchet? Kuladi. You know what's a kuladi? Which used to cut trees or cut something. So Prabhupada, what is this hatchet obeisances? That means mechanically offering obeisances without the proper respectful attitudes. So we don't know how Prabhupada detected that, but somehow Prabhupada detected that the person is offering obeisances mechanically. And sure enough, this person, he left the movement very soon after that. So therefore, while offering obeisances, it's not mechanical. They should be the proper attitudes. And so therefore, when we say Ashtanga, Ashta-anga, who knows what are the Ashta-anga while offering obeisances? Ashtanga pranam, Panchanga pranam. So what are the Ashta-anga and Pancha-anga? Somebody knows? Etiquette. I mean, bolo. So which are the angas? Mike.
Two knees and two hands, head, forehead, two legs, 7 of it is mind. Like, we have to imagine that Krishna's lotus feet is on our head.
And don't imagine. Don't have to imagine anything. You're offering obeisances to the person. Why you have to imagine something else? You're offering obeisances to the person. So you think of the person you're offering obeisances, not someone else. Okay, so whichever deity, all deities are not Krishna, right? So whichever deity one is offering obeisances to, one should meditate on that deity. And along with that, what one should do? Yes, the pranam mantra. So therefore, the mind and the words are also included within the Ashtanga and the Panchanga. So one is meditate obeisances, and one also needs to chant the pranam mantra. So this should go simultaneously with offering obeisances. So then one is in the proper consciousness of offering respects to the person, and not that one just mechanically offers obeisances. Okay, so let's continue reading. Okay, next point, wherever the mic is read.
When Guru approaches, he should face him, and when he leaves, he should follow him.
Okay, next.
Should not leave the spiritual master's presence without asking permission.
So permission to come in, as we were saying, offering obeisances, permission to come in and permission to leave. Prabhupada tells the story of a candidate going for an interview. You heard that? So there was an interview for a job, and so there were two candidates. There could have been many, but anyways, two. So one candidate enters the room, and he sits down on the chair allotted to him, and the interviewers, and so they ask questions, and then he answers, he leaves. The next candidate comes in. When he walks inside, first of all, he closes the door behind, then he stands. When they tell him to, he sits, and then the interviewers ask questions and gives answers. So then he leaves, and so then they're deciding whom to select for the job. So what the interviewers said, the second person should be selected. The other interviewer says, no, but the answers of the first person were better than the second one. But then the other person says, maybe the answers were better, but he has better etiquettes. He has better behavior, better character, and so therefore he should be selected. Mhm. So that's the point. So these are etiquettes. So when one enters the room, entering the room of any great personality, then like even when the pujari enters the altar, there's a bell, or even when one enters the temple, one should ring the bell or knock on the door. So that's the etiquette. So when one enters the room of some great personality. And then again, when one leaves, one seeks permission to leave, not that one just walks out. So these are all etiquettes. Read.
He should not utter the spiritual master's name inattentively, but always with respect.
Yes, so there must be respect, not that one is casually taking the spiritual master's name. So you can see how Srila Prabhupada always addresses his spiritual master as my Guru Maharaj. And even if, and when he takes his name, then very often he says, Om Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parvichar. He says the whole thing. And so therefore, very respectfully, you will find Srila Prabhupada always addressing a spiritual master. Next.
He should not imitate the gait, activities, or voice of the spiritual master.
Yes, so that's again an etiquette. No imitation. We are supposed to follow in the footsteps, not imitates. Next.
We should always hold the spiritual master's words in great respect.
Yes, so respecting the words, the instructions. Next.
Though he may be punished by a spiritual master, he should not take it unkindly.
Okay, so any punishment, chastisement by the spiritual master should be taken in the right spirits, that it is meant for one's own progress, for one's own rectification, and one should not take it grudgingly. So one should take it in the right spirits. Next.
He should not bear to hear criticism of the spiritual master, the scriptures, or the Lord, but should leave the place immediately.
So when one hears criticism of spiritual master, the Vaishnavas, then the etiquette is, as Prabhupada says in one lecture, at that time one should not be Trinada Pisuni Chena. That time one should be like fire, just like Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was so angry when, yes, Nityam Prabhu was hit by Madhai. So that's the etiquette. Next.
He should not step on the spiritual master's garland, bed, shoes, arson, shadow, or table.
Yes, so that means respecting the paraphernalia, respecting the paraphernalia of the spiritual master. So there's one last time, Srila Prabhupada was in Mumbai, and then somehow they had some loft sort of thing, loft or attic sort of thing, where they had dumped all damaged books, they just dumped them there. They never expected Srila Prabhupada to go and see the place. But somehow one day Srila Prabhupada just walked up to the place and he saw all these books lying in such a filthy place, so disrespectfully thrown. Prabhupada was wild. So he said, what's this? These are books. These are non-different from Krishna. How can you treat them so disrespectfully? He was very upset. So similar thing applies to all the paraphernalia. So the paraphernalia are worshipable. Okay, next.
He should not spread his legs before the spiritual master, nor should he yawn, laugh, or make disrespectful noises before him.
Yes, so basically it shows the proper respectful attitudes. So proper way of sitting and proper way of behavior. Not that. Also, this etiquettes also apply before the deities. So when sitting in the temple, so these the same etiquettes apply. So one should be sitting appropriately, and one should. So one should be conscious. One should be conscious. The basic point is of being conscious of some great personality being present. Then one doesn't just behave in disrespectful ways. Next.
He should not sit on an ass or bed before the spiritual master.
Yeah. So then one should always be sitting low a little.
He should not worship others in the preference or to the spiritual master.
Yes, presence of the spiritual. So we were saying there is Diksha Guru, there's Shiksha Guru, then there are uprights in dealing. So it's not one glorifies the Shiksha Guru in front of the Diksha Guru. So it becomes very embarrassing for the Shiksha Guru, and then the Diksha Guru is thinking this person is crazy. He doesn't know any etiquettes. So of course the Diksha Guru may not say anything, but then that's not the proper etiquettes. And so therefore one should know how to appropriately deal in the situations. Okay, next.
He should not give diksha, scriptural explanation, or show superiority in front of Guru.
Yes, so if there is a senior devotee present, then one should not be giving explanations and instructions unless one is instructed to. So if one is instructed to do so, then one can. Otherwise, one should always maintain the etiquette that one allows the senior to give instructions to some other devotee present. Okay.
He should not give order to him, spiritual master, but always obey him.
Okay, so that would be really impudence to give orders to the spiritual master. So rather one should always. Next.
He should treat the spiritual master with similar respect.
Yes, so spiritual master, or the spiritual master's god brothers, god sisters, so all of them should be offered equal respect. Of course, spiritual master can be definitely given more respect and preference, but then when it comes to god brothers and god sisters, then definitely they should always be treated on par, on an equal level, and not inappropriately, as was shown in the skit. That the spiritual master is there, so then the Diksha Guru is all whom I consider, and other Vaishnavas, who cares? So that should not be the attitude. If spiritual master is there, god brothers are there, then they should be given equal respect. Next.
He should treat the wife, son, and relative of spiritual master as a spiritual master, but he should not clean the body of the son, take his remnant, and wash his feet.
All right. So everyone, the spiritual master's family, in the case of Grihastha, everyone should be given respect, but not that one deals inappropriately with the wife and the child and all that. So those are some points of etiquettes. This is an important quote. Read.
My dear Sanatan, although you are the deliverer of the entire universe, and although even the demigods and great saints are purified by touch, it is the characteristic of a devotee to observe and protect the Vaishnava etiquette. Maintenance of the Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of a devotee. If one transgresses the laws of etiquette, people make fun of him, and thus he is vanquished in both this world and the next. By observing the etiquette, you have satisfied my mind.
Okay, so this is these are famous verses actually. This is in context of the well-known pastime when Sanatana Goswami is called by Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu during the afternoon time when the hot sun is blazing And Sanatana Goswami that point of time had skin disease with oozing pus and blood. And so Sanatana Goswami, he was thinking that if I go by the Simhadwara gate of the Jagannath temple, there'll be so many pujaris going in and out. And if they touch my body, they'll become contaminated. And so he takes the route via the sand beach. And then if you have experience of walking on sand in the mid-afternoon sun, what to speak of mid-afternoon, even if it's a morning sun, sand becomes so hot. You have experience? Huh? Go to Jagannath Puri, you can have good experience. So sand becomes really hot, and this was mid-afternoon. So it was really hot. And so by the time he walked to meet Mahaprabhu, so his feet were full of blisters. And so then Mahaprabhu, he asked him, of course, he knows everything, but still he asks him, so which way did you come? And then he says, I came by the beach. So then Mahaprabhu, he says, why did you do that? And then he explained. And then in reply to that, so Mahaprabhu was pleased with the behavior of Sanatana Goswami. And in that context, he speaks these verses. And that's what he says, that maintenance of the Vaishnava etiquette is the ornament of the Vaishnava. So the Vaishnava doesn't become beautiful by wearing some silk or, silver or golden ornaments. But the real beauty of the Vaishnava is the behavior, the maintenance of the Vaishnava etiquette. That is what makes him beautiful in the eyes of other Vaishnavas and in the eyes of the Supreme Lords. And if one transgresses, then people make fun of him and is vanquished in both. Okay, and so similarly, an important aspect of dealing with Guru is to inquire from the Guru. So one can learn spiritual subject matters by appropriate inquiry. So we know the famous verse, in the purport, Srila Prabhupada mentions, okay, read this.
Just try to learn the truth by approaching the spiritual master. Inquire from him submissively and render service unto him. The self-realized soul can impart knowledge unto you because they have seen the truth.
So Prabhupada adds that there. Inquire from him submissively. So the translation doesn't use the word submissive, but Prabhupada adds it. The verse doesn't say it, but Prabhupada adds the word submissively. Inquire from him submissively. So the proper attitude of inquiry is important. So if one doesn't have the submissive spirits, then one cannot learn. So if one thinks I already know, what is, so Prabhupada in one lecture actually says, he says that if one is approaching the Guru with the attitude that I already know, now let me see how much this person knows. If that is the attitude, Prabhupada says one cannot learn anything. Then simply a waste of time. Don't waste Guru's time and don't waste your time. So the proper attitude is important, that one is a fool in front of the spiritual master. Prabhupada, fool number one. Just like Mahaprabhu approaches his spiritual master Ishwar Puri. And also we have the famous example of Rupa and Sanatan approaching Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. So that's the proper mood. So the proper mood is there, then one will learn, then one will be able to apply in one's life, then one will make progress. So therefore, the appropriate mode of inquiry, and so Prabhupada repeats that so many places, submissive inquiry. And in the same purport, of course, Prabhupada also says, absurd inquiries, blind following and absurd inquiries are condemned. So there are two aspects of the inquiry. One is the modes, and the second is the contents, the content of the inquiry. What is the inquiry? Okay, another quote from the Bhagavatam purport, read.
Those who listen to the Bhagavatam may put questions to the speaker in order to elicit the clear meaning. But this should not be done in a challenging spirit. One must submit questions with a great regard for the speaker and the subject matter. This is also the way recommended in Bhagavad Gita. One must learn the transcendental subject by submissive oral reception from right sources. Therefore, these sages address the speaker Sut Goswami with great respect.
Yes. So one must submit questions with great regard for the speaker and the subject matter. So that proper attitudes to ask questions must always be there. Not that one is being challenging. Of course, in the Western worlds, many people didn't know. And of course, in India, so if you hear proper lectures, then you will find many times there were challenging questions. What to do? They didn't know the etiquettes. But then, if that's the mood, then one cannot learn much. Prabhupada also told that well-known story of the Mridanga teacher. You know that story? So one student who already knew something about Mridanga, another student who didn't know anything. And so the teacher charged double for the person who knew something. Because so much hodgepodge has to be first removed and then taught. So if one already knows something, then it's a problem sometimes. Read.
One must be Jigyasu, very much inquisitive to learn from the bona fide spiritual master. The inquiries one makes should strictly pertain to transcendental science. Jigyasu, Shreya Uttamam. The word Uttamam refers to which is above material knowledge. Tam means the darkness of this material world, and Ut means transcendental. Generally, people are very interested in inquiring about mundane subject matters, but one who has lost such interest and is simply interested in transcendental subject matters is quite fit for being initiated.
Okay, so Jigyasu Shreya Uttamam. What should be the subject matter of Jigyasu? Or the subject matter of inquiry should be regarding Shreya, that means the ultimate goods, the ultimate benefits, and that is Uttamam, getting out of the dark material world. So that should be the subject matter of inquiry, not mundane subject matters. As Prabhupada would say, what is the price of rice? Or how can I get free from disease? So not that type of inquiry, but one. So Prabhupada says, you got a disease, why do you go to Guru for that? Go to a doctor. Why do you need to go to? So you go to a Guru for transcendental subject matters. So now coming to the importance of Vapu and Vani Seva. So what do you think is relative importance of Vapu and Vani Seva?
Vani Seva is more important because it is possible when Guru is not present on the planet, and Vapu Seva is only temporary till the Guru is present.
Yes, so the Vani Seva is something which is eternal, but the Vapu Seva definitely is only temporary as long as there is the physical presence of the spiritual master. So therefore, the Vani Seva is something which one can always render. Okay, please read.
Although according to material vision, His Divine Grace Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur Prabhupada passed away from this material world on the last day of December 1936. I still consider His Divine Grace to be always present with me by His Vani, His words. There are two ways of association, by Vani and by Vapu. Vani means words and Vapu means physical presence. Physical presence is sometimes appreciable and sometimes not, but Vani continues to exist eternally. Therefore, we must take advantage of the Vani, not the physical presence. The Bhagavad Gita, for example, is the Vani of the Lord Krishna. although Krishna was personally present 5,000 years ago and is no longer physically present from the materialistic point of view, the Bhagavad Gita continues.
Yes, so these are Prabhupada's concluding words to the Antya Leela of the Chaitanya Charitamrita. So yes, so the Vani of the spiritual master is always present. And so therefore, even in the absence of the physical presence, the Vapu, then one can take advantage of the Vani, which is always present. And so therefore, it is very important that one becomes attached to the Vani more than the Vapu. So because the Vapu may be there sometimes, the Vapu may not be there sometimes. And so if one is overly dependent on the Vapu, then there may be a problem when the Vapu association is not there. And so therefore, definitely one needs to take advantage of the Vapu association when it's present. But then one should be more serious about the Vani association. Because then, if one is attached to the Vani, then whether the Vapu is there, not there, one still remains connected to the Vani, one remains connected to the spiritual master and to the Parampara. Okay. You already read something, right? You read something? Pass the mic.
So, so far, personal association with the Guru is concerned. I was only with my Guru Maharaj 4 or 5 times, but I have never left his association, not even for a moment, because I am following his instruction. Others here in India who had constant personal association with Guru Maharaj, but who are neglecting his orders. This is just like the bug who is sitting on the lap of the king. He may be very puffed up by his position, but all he can succeed in doing is beating the king. Biting the king. Personal association is not so important as association through service.
Yes. Personal association is not so important as association through service. There's one nice pastime related by Jagat Purush Prabhu, one of Prabhupada's disciples. He was serving in Juhu in the early days. So he had a service of cooking Rajbhog for Radha Ras Bihar. So he was so one day Srila Prabhupada was to arrive in Mumbai, and so during the afternoon time, his service of cooking was there. So all the devotees went to the airport to receive Srila Prabhupada, but this devotee could not go. He had a service, and so obviously he did his service of cooking for the Lord and then cleaning all the vessels and then arranging them properly and all that. So he just finished. So he finished his service. He just finished service, and there was a knock on the door of the kitchen. And this he opened the door, and there was Prabhupada. And so Srila Prabhupada came into the kitchen. He had a look, and he saw everything nicely cleaned and properly placed. And so Srila Prabhupada appreciated the nice service that he was doing, and he left. And so Jagat Purush Prabhu, he tells his realization. He says that I didn't go to receive Srila Prabhupada, but because I was doing service for him, Srila Prabhupada came to see. And so that's the point. Personal association is not so important as association through service. Or as we know the famous statement of Srila Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur, don't try to see Krishna, but see him in such a way that he wants to see you. And so we find that principle which Prabhupada is speaking about himself in relation to his Guru Maharaj. And then we see this principle in the case of so many of Srila Prabhupada's disciples, who also had very little association with Srila Prabhupada, especially during the later years. But then they continued to serve Srila Prabhupada through service, serving the mission. And then by serving the mission, then Srila Prabhupada was pleased, and then they made rapid progress. So that's what is more important: serving the Vani, serving the instructions through service, doing service for the mission, which we discussed in the morning. serving the mission and serving the spiritual master. Same. So by doing that, then the spiritual master is pleased and one can make progress. And so if once one devotee tells Srila Prabhupada, I'm so attached to your lotus feet, I always want to remain at your lotus feet. Prabhupada said it's very difficult, they're always moving. So here Prabhupada is giving another example here, that one may always want to be in the personal association, but if one is simply causing trouble to the spiritual master, and it's just like the bug sitting on the lap of the king. So simply causing trouble. So therefore, more important than the personal association is rendering service and following the instructions, the Vani Seva, which is always available. Okay, read.
Please be happy in separation. I am separated from my Guru Maharaj since 1936, but I am always with him so long I work according to his direction. So we should all work together for satisfying Lord Krishna, and in that way, the feeling of separation will transform into transcendental bliss.
Yes, so by serving the spiritual master, feelings of separation will transform into transcendental bliss, because by remembering the spiritual master, by remembering the Lord in separation, that is what will give great transcendental bliss. And so, of course, that's in fact service and separation is the mood of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, which he specifically came to give. And so therefore, when that service and separation is there, then actually that becomes the cause of great transcendental ecstasy, because there's a deeper remembrance of the Lord or the spiritual master in separation. So therefore, the Vani Seva is always to be given greater importance over the Vapu Seva. All right, Hare Krishna. We are a little over time, so we don't have time for questions right now, but we will take questions in the next class. Okay, is it all right? Fine. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Samved Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai. Hare Krishna.